But anyways, I started teaching. Started teaching in the 70s, and when the Vietnam was finally over, and I was teaching up in New Hampshire, and I got a job down in Massachusetts as an assistant football coach and a junior high science teacher. And what had happened is that the kids coming to high school basically had lost, I think, respect for government and in school and authority, you know, all of that. Everything was being questioned now because the government had let everybody down as far as like what was honest and what, you know, was the truth. And it all surfaced, and when that happened, kids were coming to school in t-shirts and they let their hair grow long, had lots of beards and lots of white t-shirts. The style was changing drastically, but one that's showing disrespect to girls, and you know, they had the mini skirts like in the late 60s, and it carried over into the 70s and so forth. But it was a tough transition. But then as I was just a rookie teacher, so I didn't know what to expect. I had my own disciplines I had to deal with, but coaching, I had to start to realize you can't tell, for example, an athlete, I want you to run through that stone wall over there, because they'll turn around and look at you and say, why? In the 60s, when the coach tells you to run through that wall, you run through the wall. But the athletes got smart, and there's a reason for that. And I really do appreciate the fact that I've had the opportunity to be in teaching schools long that I got a lot of confidence back in our young adults, because what I could see what they're doing, not only in school, they were trying. It was a difficult time because I felt like they weren't getting the leadership or parenting that they needed. And of course, that's in a general term, because I see great parents all the time, and because they have good parents, usually the kids are really good. If the parents tend to don't care about what their young kids are doing, what happens is they end up being in your lap, and when you have a parent-student-teacher conversation, they want to know what's going on. You tell them, and they go crazy, like, "Oh, that's not my kid." They say, "Well, you got to spend some time here with them." You know, I think that if the parents could come in and watch the kid in the classroom, they might have a different perspective. You know, but anyways, the kids who graduate to go into the military, they gave nothing but honor for us, even right to this day. You know, I think one of the highest bright spots for us is our military. And it shows they still maintain a high degree of standards and integrity, respect, and that's a bright spot for us. What's happened to us in the 70s also, as we went through this transition, the music's also changed. It was, like the 60s had a lot of folk music too, which was really good, and that still carried over, and Crosby, Stills and Nash came right into the 70s. Peter, Paul and Mary came into the 70s, and then CCR. You know, so many groups that are so good I can't think of them all right now. I'm under pressure because I'm being, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can, you know.
But, you know, the 70s was good, but it's a transition for me too. From there, for myself, it was like being a teacher. My wife was a secretary in school. Had a daughter.
Well, that's pretty good.
Time's up.
Time's up. That's pretty good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.